Fallout Season 1 on Prime is, in my opinion, the perfect start to a TV show adaptation of a video game, one that adapted the material in a way that honours it, but also builds on the foundation. They took aspects and elements of the Fallout universe that lots of longtime fans will recognise, injected it with interesting new characters, an interconnected storyline that brings big questions and answers to the surface, and a glorious and often brutal visualisation of the game's world adapted for the TV medium. I wasn't expecting the show to be as good or entertaining as it was, but I think Jonathan Nolan, Lisa Joy and co delivered, and it gets me excited for what's to come in more seasons. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing why Season 1 of Fallout was a great start for the show, and why I think it's the perfect video game adaptation. There will be brief spoilers included, so if you haven't watched the entirety of Season 1, then I would recommend checking it out before watching my analysis. Before I get into it though, if you want to see more videos on Fallout and other upcoming TV releases, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like, rating, and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into my review for the Fallout series on Prime. So Amazon took a big risk with their Fallout show, investing in a costly series that needed to appeal to both newbies and die-hard fans of the video game franchise. And I'm thrilled to say that I think it was a top-notch adaptation of the game, which will satisfy both sets of viewers. After watching all 8 episodes, my admiration for it only grew as time passed, and while I thought that the trailers showed a lot of promise initially, I didn't think it would be as wildly entertaining as it was. The atmosphere, the visuals, and the attention to the game's details set it apart from other game adaptations. It stays true to those games while carving out its own unique path, centered around a Vault Dweller's quest to reunite with her father on the surface before finding out dark secrets about the world's past. As a whole, the TV adaptation takes a bold approach by prioritizing its storytelling, introducing a new and sometimes thought-provoking narrative, while faithfully recreating the nuclear wasteland known to fans. And the characters in the show are portrayed with more depth than those in the game, benefiting from the freedom of the medium. Just like the games, the show is set in a post-apocalyptic USA, but it offers a unique experience through the eyes of 3 captivating characters. First, there's Lucy, a Vault Dweller venturing to the surface for the very first time. Then we have Maximus, a determined trainee from the militant Brotherhood of Steel, ready to face any challenge that comes his way. And finally, there's the Ghoul, a ruthless bounty hunter who harbours a surprising secret. He's none other than our old friend Cooper Howard from the many flashback scenes included throughout, having now survived for centuries by consuming copious amounts of drugs and chems. However, this survival comes at a cost, and all 3 characters have gaping holes in their hearts that they need to try to repair through shared retrospection. Now, for fans of the games, the show's attention to detail is truly remarkable. You have the iconic blue and yellow Vault-Tec suits, the makeshift settlements, the imposing power armor suits, and the familiar green Pip-Boy interface, which is flawlessly recreated. It transports viewers straight into the immersive world they know and love. And adding to that nostalgia, the show features beloved 50s tunes like I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire to juxtapose the gruesome violence set in the wasteland. It captures the essence and atmosphere of the games, embracing both the irony, the hilarity, and also the more serious notes along the way too. And fans will appreciate details like the satirical ads in the vault to the vivid yet grim visualizations above. It's clear that in Nolan's collaboration with Todd Howard, the creators have poured their hearts into recreating the franchise the right way for television, yet found the playful space for Easter eggs and truly satisfying connections, like with the tease of New Vegas come the very end. And I think the central work done with the characters and storytelling truly elevates the idea of a Fallout TV show and takes it to the next level. Jonathan Nolan, known for his work on WESTWORLD, brings his signature traits to the series too. You'll notice familiar elements, like with the ominous vaults holding terrifying secrets and a web of larger questions waiting to be explored. And speaking of WESTWORLD, I think Fallout marks a return to form for the creator because the last 2 seasons of his previous show didn't quite hit for me and many others. I was a big fan of WESTWORLD Season 1 and 2, and I thought the show was going to maintain its high quality throughout. But as Season 3 and 4 came along, that wasn't the case, and I noticed that Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy had less of a role when it came to writing the episodes or even directing. However, with Fallout, Jonathan Nolan directs the first 3 episodes of the series, and it seems like the writers involved had a much bigger impact. For me, it's a return to form for both Nolan and Joy, and I can't wait to see what they do with future seasons this time around after another promising start to their show. When it comes to delivering Fallout, the show seamlessly weaves together its mysteries and various elements of lore, creating a captivating narrative that culminates in the final 3 episodes. Despite its initial campy vibe, the convergence of these storylines is truly compelling. What's remarkable is how the moments of humour and disbelief do not overshadow the brutal reality of the world depicted, which is surprisingly more violent than anticipated. It becomes almost routine to witness gruesome scenes where body parts dangle or faces are disfigured. Throughout the series, you'll find yourself both wincing and laughing, yet the underlying horror remains intact. With it juggling multiple protagonists, settings, and intricate plot lines, it was a huge challenge, but Nolan and his team managed to do it quite well. While some may prefer shorter episodes or a more focused approach, each scene in the series does have weight when it comes to advancing the overall story or moving towards a revelation. For instance, the flashbacks to pre-apocalypse life are particularly impactful as they gradually lead up to the key revelations by the end. Again, some fans may not find as much interest in the sequences with Cooper Howard pre-atomic destruction, but I thought they were crucial in the connecting of dots and delivering on the main ending theme, which Howard School delivers himself. And that is the idea that while the world always turns to chaos, there's always someone behind the wheel. It cannot be ignored that in delivering on these ideas, the show had to capture the tone of the games without it feeling completely wild or overwhelming. And it's not done in a way that feels like they're exploiting the game's vibe just for the sake of it. While a series like The Last of Us had to depict a post-apocalyptic world to a certain extent, Fallout had to push the boundaries of its world even further, create an arc with compelling characters, and balance the tone of all of it. I think it excels where many video game adaptations fall short, immersing the audience in a captivating world rather than trying to just recreate a plot. Yet still, it respects the original game's storylines and simply allows Fallout to be itself. The characters are a big reason why Fallout works, and it's through the interaction and also the individuality of the characters on screen that Nolan and his writers have been able to pull it off. Starting with Lucy, she embarks on a dangerous journey through the harsh wasteland in search of her father Hank, and her peaceful upbringing in the vault proves to be of little use in a world filled with deceit and violence. Regardless of what she's told, Lucy remains optimistic about her people's grand plans for the future, and despite facing countless challenges and truths about her past, Lucy's determination is what shines through. Then there's Maximus. Despite his sheltered upbringing, Maximus is far from being as pure-hearted as Lucy. His desire to don the power armor which the Brotherhood Knights use to establish their dominance knows no bounds. He is driven by a hunger for power, stubbornness, and occasionally displays moments of sheer foolishness. However, despite his flaws, there is an undeniable charm about him, and it's in his connections with Lucy that the character truly comes to be interesting. And then there's the Ghoul, a stark contrast to the horse-riding celebrity that we're introduced to at the very beginning of the series. He's known for his foul language and gunslinging tendencies, and while we initially get the perception that this is all we'd be getting, flashbacks throughout the season unveil that there's more at stake for him. These backstory scenes, largely due to Walton Goggins' exceptional acting, are among the show's highlights, as he skillfully portrays centuries of history within one character. And when it comes to the interaction of all these these characters, that's where we see Fallout truly excel. Lucy and Max experience significant internal transformations throughout the season that cannot be reversed. They make regrettable choices, but they also display acts of bravery, and in the end, Fallout becomes a somewhat coming-of-age tale for each of them. Personally, I found that the show truly shines in its quieter moments, especially when Lucy and Cooper confront harsh realities, or when Lucy and Maximus develop a deep trust in one another. The major revelations and plot turns are all present and work, but they feel earned as a result of these intimate character moments. So as a whole, the lore and world building of Fallout is truly captivating as it mirrors the immersive experience of the games, yet ups the mystery involved and presents it all cinematically. Environmental storytelling plays a significant role here, with crucial plot points and emotional moments cleverly woven into the set design and on-screen journeys. As the characters hunt for clues, you find yourself drawn in, examining things more closely than you did at the very beginning. The central theme of war never changes from the games is explored in depth, shedding light on the origins of the Vaults, the Brotherhood, and the devastating bombs that set everything in motion. The final episodes delve into the dark side of war and its Vault-Tec orchestrators, yet the narrative remains engaging by focusing on the characters' personal motivations and relationships. And by the end of the season, it's evident that the creators are setting the stage for detailed future installments. There are numerous loose ends to be tied up, and the journey is far from over for the surviving characters, as we'll see Lucy and Cooper make their way to New Vegas and find out more about those in control. I think they've done justice to the games, crafting a new tale which features intriguingly twisted characters whose most significant moments are yet to unfold. With a solid foundation laid and a clear setup for the next season, Fallout has the potential to become a timeless show that will captivate audiences for many years to come. But they were my thoughts on Fallout Season 1. Overall, the series is not just a mere addition to the gaming world, it's a unique blend of twisted comedy, drama, and darker themes that will captivate both fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. This bright and humorous take on the apocalypse, complete with dark humor and intense action, easily rivals The Last of Us as one of the best video game adaptations ever created. With a brilliantly crafted storyline and 3 compelling protagonists, the show leads players through interconnected stories that culminate in a thrilling conclusion. Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy didn't have the greatest of results with the last season or 2 of Westworld, but I think they have delivered a remarkable piece of TV here, which will satisfy most who watch it. So I'm giving Fallout Season 1 a rating of 9 out of 10. But to those who have seen the Fallout series, do you agree that it's a perfect start to an adaptation of this franchise? And when it comes to looking forward, are you excited for a Season 2 which includes New Vegas? Let me know down below in the comment section. For more videos on Fallout and upcoming TV releases, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, rating, and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.